What is up, everyone? One Peach here, and we have third place finalist for One Piece Day Dallas, Kat, aka Kathy, and she managed to get third place, make it all the way to the finals with Rob Lucci. Deck that a lot of people thought would not be a good meta call because of Black Yellow and overall just kind of a rough matchup spread. But overall, she managed to get all the way to the finals. Congratulations! And today she's going to demonstrate her deck. So go ahead and start it off.
Okay, so obviously I'm playing Lucci. I'm going to talk about.
Let's start. Yeah, let's start with some of the obvious cards.
Okay.
Rest in peace. Our first choice here.
Yeah. So okay, let me dig it. So obviously the four of is Moria. There's no debating this. If you play less than that, then that is insane.
And quick question, I guess, Kat. People want to know. Did you draw Moria a lot that weekend?
I did. I always draw Moria.
Okay,
so.
that's good. Yeah, because one of the problems with Rob Lucci, obviously, is you mill Moria sometimes.
Yeah, that is true, but I feel like you're not down bad unless you see three in the trash, if that makes sense. So if there's two, that kind of sucks, but like you're always cycling through your deck. You can, you have life as your resource. Like that is why I feel like I have the mentality on keeping track kind of maybe when I should expect Moria. If I haven't seen Moria in a while, but there's like two of my trash and like my life's all gone, I'm like, okay, end game, I'm going to see it in probably the next turn or two. And that's, I feel like, how you should think about Lucci instead of being like, oh, like shit, I milled my Moria. It's like, no, Lucci's like, you're milling all the time. It's kind of like a mathematical.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, so that obviously helped. At least I didn't like mill three Morias at once. That's what I could say about
that's
this
the worst,
weekend.
right? Yeah. So next up, you have 4 Rebeccas.
Yeah, my mini Morias. Do so many plays with these. Like, even if you don't have Moria, right, you can still do Ice Age, Rebecca, Disbanding, kind of the same thing. So yeah, that's why
Rebecca
I guess it was
survived the
banned.
bans, so we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
And Rebecca can also grab other things too, not just Disbanding, like Brook and all that stuff. But here, we'll move on to the next obvious 4. The Lucci's, obviously.
You got the nice art as well.
Nice, yep. And then what's it called? Obvious, another. Here, let me move this. Another obvious 2 of. Some people play 3, but the set I don't feel like I need to play 3. It's 2 Spandine, kind of like a cheaper Lucci. Obviously, you can play it off Rebecca. It's obviously, you could just hard play it too if you don't have a Lucci in hand, but you have in your trash, right? Because your trash is your gold, basically.
I guess, how often do you play this one early? I know one of the problems with Lucci, right, is that you can empty your graveyard really quick if you use a lot of effects bottom deck. So
Yeah.
do you use this one early often, or do you always try to save it for late game?
I'm always saving it for the late game. If anything, I'm always kind of playing to my Moria combos, to my end game. So if I kind of don't need to pop something if I don't need to sacrifice my trash, right? If I can pop it in a more efficient, cheaper way, I'm going to do that play. Like, you can pop so many things with Brook, So I'm trying not to opt for Lucci too early because I want to activate my Tempest kicks too. So I try to I like to hold on to this in my hand a lot, if anything, and then later I can decide what I want to grab back from trash, and like with my Rebecca Moria play, whatever. So I can decide in that game state what I need in that moment.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like to counter it with it to have it in the graveyard, but sometimes better just hold it in hand.
Right, like you don't really need the 2Ks early, you're Lucci, like you can't really die until later. So there's that. And then another, I guess, obvious CP is the Spandam. A lot of people, I think there's been a lot of listed 3s, but a lot of them play 4. I don't think there's a wrong ratio. I think it just depends on your overall build. Like with 3, because of my build, I feel like I don't super need to try to mill that fast. Like, it's really nice to have it early, but I'm not really playing this out of my Moria combo. And yeah, I'm not always looking for an early game. I think early game is pretty good against Blackbeard, and you can swing into their, what's it called?
So your duck cues and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
But other than that, like, can't really go wrong. I wouldn't play 2 though. That's just my.
Okay, so you like 3?
Yeah, I like 3, at least 3. Yeah. So I wanted to make space for more things like Brook. This is a Brook is amazing. Like, it's literally, I feel like that's the reason why I only need 2 Spandine and not 3. Like Brook, if you just have it on your 3 Dawn turn, even 4 Dawn turn, like, and it stays on board, you have so much value. Because then your next one, you could just play like a reducer and pop like what their 4 cost or something, and then leader swing. And they kind of just every deck just has to deal with Brook. Yeah. So
You like 4 Brooks or?
yeah,
What do you
4. I mean,
okay.
I've seen some lists play 3, which is like fine, but I expected to see a lot of Dofis, and I'm like, I'm only looking mulliganing for Brooks, but I didn't see any.
Oh, so you mulligan. That's one of your favorite mulligans.
Yeah,
Brook,
like the thing is, even in any matchup, like if you see a Brook in hand, let's say your hand is bad, but you see a Brook, like that is not that bad, you know.
Okay.
Brook just can really, I guess, start the game for you. If
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and if it sticks, it's pretty big advantage for you. So
Right.
yeah.
And then Sabo, so opted for 2. I've actually practiced with 1 recently, and it felt fine, but I kind of expected more mirrors, and I feel like with mirrors and maybe like going SBY, you're gonna need your Sabos, especially on curve and stuff. So I just felt like I wanted to see it more early on curve. So that's why I did 2, but I think 1 is still okay as well. I've seen some lists with it, and usually with 1, you kind of will just grab it later at the end, which you will probably mill, and then you'll just play it at the end and do your Rebecca Sabo
Did
thing.
you end up doing Rebecca Sabo loops?
Yeah, and it was pretty nasty against Enel. Oh my god, the 2 Sabos against Enel was gross.
Yeah.
Like actually, they couldn't Yamato anything. I could have a bunch of they could probably play to like okay, so basically a lot of my Enels, the first 4, or yeah, first 3 but 4. Enels they starved me, and I would have like 6+ life. But when I know they're about to do their Yamato play, I just do Rebecca Sabo.
Yeah.
Because like
otherwise
like,
they can Yamato your
right.
Morias,
Yeah.
even your Kaidos potentially.
Literally, yeah. But the thing is, like, I'm not even scared of dying. So it's like, even if I kind of, what's it called? I don't remove something off their board, but I play Rebecca Sabo, it's still fine because I have, again, so much life, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. And then now we can move on to, I guess, 2Ks. Sorry, it's kind of unorganized, but trying. 2Ks. So I think we'll start with CP 2Ks. Khalifa is a really strong 2K just because of the filter ability. Sometimes on 4 you have nothing, and you know you can either play Rebecca, Lucci, whatever. Well, when if I don't have Rebecca, and I have a Lucci, maybe you might think, oh, just hard play the Lucci, but sometimes you really do need to filter your hand and look for your pieces like Jack or whatever for later if you have nothing else.
It does 2 things, right? Which is valuable, yeah.
Right, exactly. And it really saved me if anything, my Nico Robin game was really close because I did a Tempest kick, which is my only reducer, into Khalifa, and I was able to finally pop a 10 drop because I had a Brook on board with the Who's Who. It was a really ugly like removal play, but because of the Khalifa, it was just like a YOLO play, and it found me what I needed. So that's nice like example of how Khalifa can just save you. So yeah, there's that. And then I just did 1 of Kaku. You can honestly do like 4 of Khalifa, 0 Kaku, 2 2. I've done that ratio, but because of one of my other reducers, which I'll show later, I just decided, you know, maybe there are times when I really just do need 1 more cost, and if it's in my trash, I can do like a Rebecca Spandine Kaku play, you know. Yeah, it never really comes up, but again, it's mostly 2K. But it's what's
The
it called?
5K is nice too because you get the free poke into leader without having to commit a Dawn.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. So sometimes you know you can hard play it too. So either way, it's still like good. I just wanted 1 of just in case, you know, you never know. And so my other last 2K Who's Who, I debated between Kaku and Who's Who. I'm actually really love Kaku as well. So 1K, but because of the decided 2Ks I have, I think Who's Who. I needed the Who's Who instead of Kaku because I needed to reach 10 2Ks. So that was kind of the reason why. And I also like the trigger for Who's Who a lot. I didn't do 3 Who's Who because I was like, on 5, I'm always like, some matches I'm like, oh, I really need a Sabo on 5. And then another time I'm like, oh, I really need to pop something on 5. So I just did 2 and 2. So yeah, no regrets there. But depending on your ratios again, like you might like the Kaku. So yeah, this is just mine. And then for the other 2K, which is not a CP, but let me, what is this? Not a CP, but obviously for like your Moria plays, I did 3 Saru. And then obviously, so that makes it what, 10 2Ks. And then my 1 of Hamepo. So these are my main reducers off of Moria plays, but not just Moria plays. Like you can obviously do it off of maybe having your hand with Rebecca or just hard play it. I feel like this ratio, it doesn't look like it, but I feel like this ratio is so important. So if I really do feel it if I play like 2 Sarus and 2 Hamepos, and this set I was really like, I'm a strong believer in just 1 Hamepo. I feel like 2 Hamepo is like overrated, but again, that's just my opinion. It's just more like, because we have so much early utility, you don't really need a minus. If you already have like a brook on board or something, like that's why I feel like with Suru one, you can do brook Suru early game into Dofi, which I expected, even though I didn't go against them. So I like that, right? On my like 4 Dawn turn. And two, with Hamepo, you're gonna eventually mill him in the late game. So I don't think I had a game where I was like, frick, I really need a Hamepo.
So you got him almost every game.
Yeah, literally, yeah. But also because of I played Soap Sheep too, so it's like there's so many ways to reduce, and I just kind of felt like the combos are not super reliant on Hamepo. The only thing is, Hamepo is really good in the mirror,
Okay.
But again, I didn't go against any mirror, and I just didn't really expect that to be my thing. So
yeah, if you're already playing a lot of reducers, last thing you want is to get stuck with a lot of reducers but no way to KO. So.
Right, exactly, yeah. So that's why I just opted for the 2K. But again, I think either way can be fine. It's just that I prioritize the Suru more just for Dofi specifically, and that was never a problem. And then now, my events. Sorry. So now we go to the events. Obviously, 4 of Tempest Kick. This card is amazing.
I guess a big question for this one is: how often do you cycle it early, or do you prefer to keep it in hand?
It depends. I really don't like cycling it early. I'm kind of greedy in that sense, but it really just depends on my hand and against like the matchup. So against BY, I'm not gonna really swing. So of course, if I have it in my hand, I'm gonna Tempest Kick, draw into something. Or if let's say I'm going against like a Dofi and I don't have a brook or anything, I need a reducer, I will, I guess, Tempest Kick early if it's like more urgent. But you don't need to, and you already have an early play. Like, why would you do that? So I feel like that's a real big one. Like, yeah, it's like you really have to know if you are actually looking for something or you just like want to hit something, but it's not necessary. And like that Tempest Kick, the one that you hold in your hand, you're going to want to use it later. For sure.
Late game, you definitely want those, right?
Yeah, by like what you're. I mean, I guess it depends if you mill like with Spandums and like let's say like you do Khalifa, Sabo, whatever. Like you're going to reach the 10 super easy. I'm always finding ways to like fill my trash up early. So, yeah. And then Ice Age. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ice Age. Yes.
This hurts. Ice Age, my hero. Won me the cereal. I like just it. I don't know. I like it more than. I mean, no. Let me not say that. Let me not be biased. Ice Age just does the work of a lot of reducers in here with 1 cost. Like with leader ability, -6 is insane, and then you can pop what Ice Age Moria, Hamepo, Saru, whatever. Wait, actually, you don't even need the Hamepo. You just need leader. If you do leader Ice Age into Rebecca, Suru, whatever, and then Spandy, Lucci, you can already pop a 10 cost. You don't even need the Hamepo too. So I guess that's another reasoning. But I'm just saying, like, with Tempest Kick, you need the Hamepo and trash, So if you think about like the combos and what you can remove, Ice Age, you don't require as much like stuff in your trash, it just does all the work. But yeah, I yapped about that too much. Everyone knows the idea of Ice Age, but it's like that card, you don't just waste it on anything too, by the way. I feel like whenever people ask me, oh, how do you play against like Shanks and stuff, right? Or like a Nell, which they drop like really big characters. I'm if I had the choice to save an Ice Age on a 10 drop over like what 7, 8. Yeah, right. I'm never using I feel like with Lucci you gotta be efficient, And there's so many other ways to just pop things without the regular combos. And I feel like if you just save the best, strongest combos for the end, then you're good. So yeah, it's just seeing that. And then Soap Sheep, this is very helpful. I feel like in a lot of things, especially Dofi. I mostly did it for Dofi, but yeah. I mean, obviously I didn't play Dofi. The trigger never came up, but I think it's still pretty good if it does. I don't play it for the trigger, but because I didn't play the 2 cost Utis, which I really wanted to, And I expected more. Yeah, Dofies, the soap sheep aided on that. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I guess it had some moments, but I wasn't like super, it never won me like a game or anything because I felt like I was able to mill enough to find these. So I'm mostly finding these first too.
So it's mainly there for Dofi, but you didn't play any Dofis.
Right. Like if I do like a spandom into whatever, and it's these three, and I'm not against a Dofi, then I'll probably grab the Tempest Kick or something. You know, yeah, like
But it's still, you know,
situational.
You have to be ready for the Dofi just in case.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right. So, but either way, I really, you know, still very helpful. And then now, now to my, I guess, other big drops that are not Moria and Tex. Obvious. Here's a Jack. 3 Jacks. I love 4 Jacks, but right now there's not enough space to play 4 Jacks. 3 is enough because, you know, it's so nice. You can grab it off of Rebecca. And yeah, I like it because usually if I mill it early game and I grab it again, that's good. And I mean, I felt like I never had a time where I was like, frick, I really need a Jack. So maybe that's also why I had a lucky day, because I felt like I always, like some games I look for just Jack in my hand, and I felt like I got it every time. So the filtering too is just really good. So if anything, there are times where you would think I'm about to play Moria, but if anything, I'm just gonna play something Jack because that matchup takes it more. Yeah, like against Shanks, there was times where I literally could play Moria, but I'm like Jacks, they're going to, what's it called? I have the pieces to pop it better than what is in my trash, you know?
Yeah, start cycling a turn earlier.
Right.
Take out the soap sheeps.
Yeah.
You know, all those cards that you don't need. So
cycling is your best friend, and this is what aids that. So yeah. Then now, Kaido. I mostly did this in case I ran into BYs and Blackbeards, and of course, yeah, and I did. I read one of each. And Kaido definitely helped me win my BY match, and I didn't see it my Blackbeard match, but still. And Kaido came up. Oh, Anel. It's really good at Anel.
It's also good.
Yeah, because they can't curry it. So yeah, there was a lot of moments where Anels were mad at me, but they have to discard one, and that's literally what you want Anel to do in that matchup, to just give you cards out of their hand. So yeah, Kaido's good. I don't regret the 2 of. Some people do 1 of, which is fine. I guess it's just what you expect to see more. But yeah, no, I really like 2, just because I didn't expect to only just see Dofi. I felt like I was gonna see some Dofi and like a lot of other mixed matchups. So yeah, it came through along with well, actually, I'll save that one for the end. But I guess the last thing now, other than big drops, was my
spicy text.
1 of Hina. I don't really remember it. I feel like there was like one game where it came up and I popped something with Rebecca. But yeah, I mean, I've had games where it does come up and it's really nice. Especially, I feel like against Dofi, if anything, which I didn't run into again. You have Brooke, and then, you know, next play, Rebecca. You could do like, you swing, you trash a Hina, you can play Rebecca Hina. Now you have a freaking Rebecca, Brooke, and Hina on board, and you pop something like hard play against Bonnie. It's really good too. It's just a utility card, and even though I didn't remember it coming up so much in the day, like I feel like this card is what's it called? Just dependent on the matchups, and I would like to see it when I need it, you know. But I don't always super depend on it too. But it's just nice because it's, yeah, Rebecca grabbable, and you can it's a body.
Yeah, and you can play it off Rebecca too.
Yeah. Right. So then my amazing, the most amazing card. I say each card is amazing, but this one, like, I felt like won me the tournament. The Nightmare. I played 1 of, and it came up my Blackbeard game and my BY game. I was like, it really. I played it twice in my BY game. Like I played it. I don't know how they removed it, but then I grabbed it back with Rebecca, played it again, and then that game I won with 3 life, and I just swung like, and I was not scared of dying at all, because they just didn't really do anything to pop it after, and I just swung like 13 with all this stuff in my trash, and like 15, and they had no, like, it was like the exact counter to what they had, and yeah, they died with like 3 Moris in there.
Were your opponents surprised when you played that, or?
I think they were. I think a lot of BYs they like kind of freak out a little when you play on curve.
Oh, I see.
But that's why he just like sabo chained after. He never played like Kuzans or like the power up Luffy. But I mean he could have low rolled too. I don't know, but like
yeah, Luffy gets around Sabo.
yeah. So I just like starved them, have this there, and I kitoed, and then I was just like overwhelming them, and that's why I was able to stay healthy because I think he just was not able to self awaken and stuff. Even if he did self awaken, like felt like I had everything on curve. So yeah, but then my Blackbeard matchup, this was really good because on curve, like okay, like no, I think I lost that dice roll, and so I saw them search for a burger, and after on my turn, I just dropped this. So now they couldn't drop the burger, and they had to, I guess, deal with it, right?
If they don't have the 5 cost of it, the one that kills a 5 cost, you know, they run the black hole which only kills 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So against like Blackbeard, what's really annoying to them, what this was told by one of my Blackbeard friends, that 2 cost and 5 cost are annoying, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
So I did opt to like try to play like drop 5 cost. So this one was obviously good, and plus they have to deal with it, and if they don't already have a burger on board, then it's really nice. And then yeah, who's who. So these two just stuck on the board. I think he stuck on the board 2 times, and then it was trash, and I ended up being able to grab it again, and I played it. I don't even know how that happened, but I never actually used the ability. But I think because he was on the board, he didn't get to do a lot of the plays he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big threat. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I mean, you as a Lucci, you have to have the reducers in hand. Maybe I didn't have the reducers in hand. I don't know, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I just always assume they have reducers, but you know, maybe sometimes you have to take the risky play. So
yeah, right. I mean, yeah. So I feel like I didn't get pressured by Burger at all. He ended up discarding it, and
perfect.
yeah. So but he did say no. But the game was close. Like I literally was lucky. It was down to the corner. Like he had to kill me in 3 swings, and the first swing I was perfect counter out, and then yeah, that was the end of the game. So yeah, I feel like with that.
So that's the deck, right? That was the deck. Overall, for that specific event, if you could go back in time, would you have changed anything? I know you had prepared the Uta version with the 2 cost Uta. You did a last minute switch with the Who's Who's. That obviously paid off, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I knew my matchups beforehand, I would definitely not go back to the Utas. But I mean, and obviously with this, no, I don't regret this at all, bringing it. I feel like if I went against not 4 and that was what, like 4 Dofis, then maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like that card. But I don't know. I feel like this list is still strong into to Dofi 2. It's just, I didn't have time to test against it. To be honest, I made it like 15 minutes before like the deadline. So
it got you there. So, right? It got you there, yeah.
So no, the thing is, I was testing variations of it on Sim. It's just the ratios, I finalized it like day of. And so shout out to Kyle Vo for letting me borrow the Who's Who and Soap Sheep. You saved my life because I literally did not have any.
Yeah, like you're probably looking around the venue like, anybody have Who's Who's?
No, literally.
Yeah, I know that feeling, yeah.
Yeah, so I greatly appreciate it.
And then I guess before we wrap up, people are going to want to know, right? We just had bans announced today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the deck going forward? Are you still going to try it? You think it's done for? Like, what do you think?
I'm going to try it. I'm just like, I think Lucci has other options and big drops like Ikasabo and like all that stuff. I guess it depends on how the meta plays. Just if you're asking my opinion on how well I think Lucci or successful Lucci can be, you know. But I feel like
I think Ice Age was a big hit, right?
Ice Age, yeah, dude. If anything, Moria's nice, but if I have Ice Age Rebecca, I feel like that just is that play, you know. Again, yeah, Rebecca is the
I wonder if it'll turn more into maybe like an aggro or tempo version with like, you know, go fork the 3 cost Hinas and just try to, you know, pressure. But
yeah, I just like don't know how fast we can efficiently do it. I don't know. Maybe there could be a build. I'm gonna try it out. Again, I think it depends on the meta. I'm just scared like Moria is your win con, you know, like it is your big body. It's not just the removal. It's like
it's a way to push through in the end game.
Yeah, right. So it's like, what other big bodies can I use
It generates you advantage too, right?
Right.
Whereas Sabo, you have to discard a card, so you're losing advantage.
Right. Yeah. There's so much value to it. So I understand that is banned. I get it. I understand.
Maybe some Isho in there, 8-drop Isho.
Oh, yeah.
But
not Isho.
I like that card a lot. But lastly, so let's wrap up, I guess. So you were, I believe, second woman ever to top 8 One Piece regional or a big event. So any advice for other women who maybe think about going to their first locals, or who they play but they're maybe intimidated because obviously card games are majority male players. So any advice you want to give to other women players out there?
Yes. Okay, let me think of a good response.
Mainly someone who's nervous, right? Maybe they want to play the game, but they're nervous.
I feel
what helped you, I guess.
I feel like there are times. There are times it's gonna feel bad because you are the only girl, and there is just like obvious like you're not held the same standard like as a dude, right? They're gonna be like, oh, like she's gonna be easier. She's not like a competitor or whatever. It's gonna annoy you, but rather than that like discouraging you, kind of use that to like motivate you. Be like, bro, like what the heck? Just because I'm a girl, I can't compete against you. Come on, like I don't know. I just think that's like a absurd thing to think. And once you prove them wrong, like it feels good. Not because like you're proving them wrong, but it's like what's it called? You're overcoming something for yourself. Yeah, like you deserve to play and like compete as
a regular player.
Yeah, like them. Yeah. So it's like don't come in with the vibe like, oh, like they're good, they've been playing for so long. Like you just want to try it out or do whatever. Like just sit
hard,
there.
right?
Yeah, be there. Just like be there and like
play games.
Let them know that you're there, like, and you want to learn, and it is ultimately your kind of journey. But also I do like want to, I guess, credit and like give a lot of this was like because of my support groups and with my friends, like a lot of them.
One Peach.
Yeah, One Peach. Yeah, you guys like are so understanding, and I feel like that took that weight off my shoulder. And I mean, a lot of the girls too. I met a lot of One Piece girls, and I saw a lot of girls in Dallas. There's a Lucci girl too on day one that was like killing it. And I was just like so inspired. Yes, I was so inspired. And so like everyone's, I don't know, the more that you play, like the more that I guess it will encourage other people too, and you'll.
Awesome. Yeah. So I hope hope that helps out anybody who's wanting to play. I guess before we finish, where can they find you? What are your socials?
What are my socials? Okay, so I have a Twitter. The name is TWDPUNKK. This is like my middle school Twitter. We'll just link it in the bio. But yeah, I just have a Twitter, and I mean.
Yeah, that's it. So if you guys have any Lucci questions, or you're thinking about playing at post-ban, let her know, and maybe she can help. Awesome. Well, again, congratulations, and
Thank you.
Peace.